Private religious schools are not businesses. And if you want to think of them as a business, then the question is, what is the product and who is the customer? The parents are not the customer. God is the customer. Parents and teachers are co-workers in the vineyard. Now you might say that's foolish. Well, maybe. It wasn't foolish to St. Madeleine Sophie when she started the Society of the Sacred Heart in France right after the French Revolution. And I don't think that she thought parents were her customers. Again, not that she was a smart cookie. She knew that schools had to attract rich folk. I'm not saying that's not true, but she knew who her customer really was. And when St. Rose Philippine came to America 200 years ago, we're on her anniversary, she didn't come saying, let's spread our customer base, because I promise you, if that was the case, she would have gone straight to the Native Americans. That's who she wanted to go to. I used to ask my kids, why do you think these nuns who've taken a vow of poverty are teaching you rich kids? Do you think it's because they want your money? Because it's not. They're trying to brainwash you. And that's not quite true, but there's something to that. Now, it's much more clear in my first school. I taught at a small Baptist school, and our owner and principal and teacher was named Brother Jay, and Brother Jay said, I'm sure that his customer was God. I don't think he was there to please parents. And stop. Of course, you have to think about parents and what parents want. When you come to America, you have to make American schools. When you go to Uganda, you have to follow the Ugandan rules. I'm not saying you're not a school, but the question is, who is your customer? And I think that's a problem when you think about private religious schools. But I guess the real problem, and we haven't solved it, of course, looking at public schools or private schools, the real problem is, what do you want your product to be? And the product, of course, is the 18-year-old boy or girl, or let's increase our scope and think about colleges. What's our product of colleges? Now, this is all going to be at the next lecture, but let's think about it right now and think, what do you think the product of schools should be? And this is, I think, what we have great difficulty understanding.